Hey everyone! So I know it's been a really long time since I posted a new video, and I'm really sorry for those of you who were getting worried. I have a tendency to just kind of walk away from things that are getting to me though, and with the amount of energy I was expending on this channel back before I quit, it was just total burnout trying to keep up. So, what was wrong anyway? For one, as much as I love BG3, I was getting sick of playing it just over and over again. I mean, that's the definition of insanity right there, and it was driving me freaking crazy. It was nice to find new things, and it was also cool to be an authority on the game. You know, someone who has played it so much, you just have a lot of knowledge on the topic. But seriously, by the time Grimforge had come out, I couldn't even get through the beginning of the game again to see the new area. That's how bad I had the burnout. It's sad, I know, but if you guys had any idea, like, how many times I've played BG3, you would totally understand. It's been like 500 hours, and the things I was looking forward to the most were not being touched. And you guys know I've been waiting since patch 3 to see that awesome romance scene with Astarion come back. I mean, it's no secret that my favorite parts of these games are the romance, and they had apparently made a conscious decision to keep that specific content out, probably even until release. So for every patch after 3, I was rushing to that romance scene and just nothing. It got disappointing. But mostly I got so sick of just replaying it again and again and again, going through the same dialogue. I mean, sometimes there were new additions, but it was mostly repetitive for me. It kind of took the magic out of the game. I mean, nobody thinks about this. They always expect YouTubers to just cover the same game, and they don't understand how awful it gets after a while. The worst part is that for whatever reason, my channel has always been really bad about getting pigeonholed into specific games. I've seen many people that cover a lot of games and even throw political topics or public opinions into the mix, and I was only ever really able to get views for BDO and BG3. I mean, here's a perfect example. I loved Cyberpunk, and the amount of traffic I got for that game versus BG3 was pitiful. I remember putting my heart and soul into making content and getting like maybe 300 views if I was lucky. Even some of the ones that got more attention, like maybe 8K views, I still somehow only made $1 in ad revenue for them. It makes me wonder how the heck YouTube is figuring their payout rates. You know, because in the end, if you're trying to make money and trying to get views, you get stuck in these loops. It sucks. Like, seriously, it sucks. And people get to the point where they like that thing that you do, and if you don't do it, well, then nobody watches it. Either that or YouTube doesn't show it. It's really hard to know which it is. And so anytime I would try to do new things, like even that story theory thing I did that was still BG3 related, got barely any views initially. I tried that Heart in Hightown thing, and that was like, whoo, slam dunk into the trash. It had like 100 views for a week. Now, sometimes when you make a video, it starts out with no traction, and then something happens, like someone shares it, whatever, and bam, all of a sudden it blows up. But most of the time, the place it starts off is a good indication of where it's going to end. That whole it factor, though, of what makes people watch a video more than others is so baffling to me. I just like to make videos that I want to make, that are interesting, that I enjoy talking about. I don't want to be some frickin' ad revenue machine, but at the same time, I'd like to get paid for my time. It's certainly a conundrum. Just trying to find a balance sometimes seems impossible. But still, I sometimes forget that I have 15K subs now, and inevitably, I've made connections with people that actually like what I have to say. And so in that sense, I'm sorry that I just shut down and walked away from it. I could have at least said something, but I just felt so messed up by the whole situation that I wanted to completely disconnect from it all. There have been a lot of people sending me emails, messages on Instagram, asking if I was okay, and I should have considered that. I really didn't know that anybody cared, to be honest. Sometimes I just feel like a monkey dancing in the street trying to make a coin, and people just have their backs turned to me, like, F you, monkey. YouTube can sometimes be alienating like that, but now that I know people think about me, I'll make sure to be more considerate and give you all a heads up next time I go on hiatus. So, I know I was talking a lot about writing before I left, and while I took a break from active posting, I was still writing in my spare time. While I was originally posting just to my Patreon, I'm now trying my hand at actually publishing publicly to online platforms like Wattpad and Royal Road. It's not going super well, but I'm just starting, so I don't expect it to blow up overnight. Wattpad apparently doesn't even show your book to people until you complete it. So I guess we'll see how that goes when I complete the first book I have up. I'll leave some links below, though, for those who want to go and check it out. I have a ton more on Patreon, but I'm working on editing a lot of that since it's only once-proofed drafts, basically. Eventually, I'll make some videos here talking about some of my books, the characters, questions, etc. I might even read a chapter or something to give people an idea of whether they like it or not. I'm still kind of feeling out what I want to do here on YouTube, so I figure I'll start slowly. I did put my fanfics up on awww too, finally, and they are doing pretty well. What really shocked me was that my Takamera fic took off more than my Astarion one. It was pretty hot though, so I guess I can't blame them. So I had an idea for a new video, something completely new that I've never done before. For those of you who've been following me for a while, and even new people too, do you have anything you want to ask me? Anything at all. Games, romance, writing, relationships, heck, even alpacas. Whatever. I mean, as long as it's not completely inappropriate, I'll put it in the video and answer it. Just sounded like a fun idea, and honestly, I'm in the mood to do something different. I haven't really been playing anything lately because all I do is write and work. So Q&A sounds good. Ask your question in the comments, and I'll try to make it entertaining when I put it together so that we can all have a laugh and maybe learn something new. Okay. I'm going to take off. I hope everyone has been doing well, and thank you very much for those of you that have reached out to me. I've been checking Instagram lately, so by all means follow me over there if you want to keep in touch, regardless of whether I'm posting content on YouTube. Although I am going to try and post a few things. I do have at least 2 more ideas for videos I'd like to do. Anyway, all right. I'll see you guys later.